It's the same.
Sorry, just a second.
Oh, yes.
Well, what's happening? Oh, here we are. Okay, yes. Sorry, how are you? Come stai?
Yes, but the accent is how are you or how are you?
How are you? How are you?
Okay. At the beginning.
It depends. It depends. For example, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Ah, it's the same. Okay.
It depends on what you wanted to highlight, you know? Okay, so first of all, I'm not Stefano Cobello. I'm Maria Pia. And then I'm very sorry. I know I'm horrible, but if you want, I can put a face mask on. I've lost my tooth. Having breakfast on Sunday morning, and lost my tooth. Very sorry.
Oh, but how did you lose?
I was eating a piece of bread with butter and marmalade, and the tooth came out. And the worst.
And now you are waiting to.
Yes, I'm waiting for the dentist to replace it with a false one. I'm going to have a plantation and replace it with a false one. And the worst part is that I tried to give it to the tooth fairy, but she said that they don't accept all the teeth, only milky teeth from the children. So not even the little present from the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy. La fatina dei denti. Neanche lei non ha voluto il mio dentone. Only the milky teeth from the children. Not my...
Because tooth is one, just one. Teeth,
yes, tooth is one, teeth is the plural.
The plural, yes.
One tooth, many teeth. Yes. Yes. And the false teeth è la dentiera. Avevo sbagliato a scrivere. False teeth. False teeth.
Yes, the false teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, I studied what we did, all what I wrote during our lessons. Yes.
Okay, so what did you study? Tell me.
Oh, for instance, the verb get plus adjective or plus prepositions.
Yes. Have you noticed the days are getting longer and longer? The days are getting longer. Yes.
Yes, I do.
And they are getting longer till the 21st of June.
Yes, sure.
And then they'll get slowly shorter and shorter again. Yes. Yes. So to get.
That's why I always say this is the best period of the year. Really, May and June are the best
period.
months.
Yes, the best months. Yes, for the nature. Then, of course, for we teachers, July and August is holiday period, and so on and so on.
I know.
For the nature, yes, May and June are the best months, in my opinion.
Last week I went to Treviso.
Did you go to Treviso?
I went to Treviso, but I remember better. It was better than now. In
your memories, it looked
remembers.
In your memories,
yes, it
looked nicer than it is now.
Yes, I don't know.
What do you mean, cleaner?
Perhaps it was also, well, there are many channels in Treviso.
Many Chinese?
No, canali.
Channels. Yes.
Channels. There are many channels.
Yes, yes.
And they were very, very, very dirty.
They were dirty.
Jealous, they smelled horrible.
Oh.
And well, I don't know. I remember in my memories it wasn't better.
It was nicer.
I don't know why. But there is also a mulino.
Well, a mill.
A mill, which is a new one.
Yes, a windmill or a water mill?
No, a water mill. And well, it's a new water mill, but there is also a square which is characteristic because there is the market, a fish market.
Yes, the market.
But the town is small. I prefer Padova, for instance.
Yes, yes.
It's not.
Yes.
There is not much to see. I don't know if you remember Treviso, how Treviso is.
I had a good, yes, I got the impression, I can't remember it very well, to be honest, but in my memories, it's a nice city with this piazza, with the market and so on. Yes. Unless I mix it with Vittorio Veneto, maybe I'm getting confused with Vittorio Veneto.
It's not.
Vittorio Veneto is also very nice.
Vittorio Veneto. No, I have never been to Vittorio Veneto.
But it's small, of course.
But it's small. Yes, there is not much to see.
Perhaps nothing much to see. Yes.
It's a town where you go if there is a conference, a meeting, for instance.
Yes.
And also I received a mail by Cobello saying that he's looking for teachers to go to Ankara.
To Ankara in Turkey?
Yeah.
Wow. But to do what?
For a meeting.
For a meeting?
Yes, if you want to have information, you have to contact him.
Okay. Are you going? No.
I'd like really to go now.
Oh, why don't you go?
Because I have the family and I'd like really to go, but
yeah.
Because Cobello explained that he was in many parts of the world.
Oh yes, he's always traveling.
In Russian.
In Russia, yes.
He's
always
in Balaton. No, Balaton. No, there's another lake in
yes, in Russia. Yes, he's always traveling around the world. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've never been to Ankara. I've been to Istanbul. I've been to a number of Turkish cities, but never to Ankara. I don't know how it is.
So do I. But I'd like also to go in summer. I'd like also to go to. Perhaps I told you to go to Zurich.
In Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland.
Because in Zurich there's a nice Oriental temple, un tempio.
Really?
Yes. Which was a present. Yes, it was a present from a town, an Asian town, to the town, to Zurich's town, because Zurich helped to do some works for this town. Cioè, il tempio è un
This
tempio.
One?
Perhaps. Yes. Yeah. It's in town, and it was a present from an
Actually,
town.
this seems to be a garden.
No, not a garden. It's really, there is also the temple. Ecco, forse this one, Chinese temple garden.
Garden, but it's the garden.
No, no, the garden.
By the lake.
The temple
yes,
garden.
Yes, there is also, yes, there is the temple, but it's inside a garden.
It's in town, and well, it's nice because
yes, it is very nice.
it has been built with the Asian style.
Yes, it's a
Oriental style.
present. It's a present. It's been a present from the city of Kunming.
Kunming, because Zurich helped.
Yes, they are twin cities. Sono città gemellate.
They helped for water. For water, non so come si dice, fognature.
Yes, the surge system and the water system of the city of Kunming. You know, Switzerland sponsorized, gave money to build the surge system, la fognatura, and the water system, the aqueduct, in the city of Kunming. So, as an exchange, they have built this nice temple in Zurich. How nice!
And in Zurich, near Zurich, there are also the Rhine waterfalls, le cascate del Reno.
Yes.
Non so come si dice Reno. The
Rhine
waterfalls, which are the biggest of Europe. Yeah.
Must be nice. Zurich.
It should be nice, yeah. There was, because I see the Richard Colos program.
That's how you discovered it.
She was there. She says that it's nice because when you are inside, it seems that the time has arrested.
Has stopped. Has stopped.
Has stopped. Yes.
Time is still.
Yeah, it seems that the time is still when you're inside.
Also, so that's how you discovered it from the TV, from Licia Colombo.
From TV, yes.
Yes.
And also Rhine's waterfalls are.
Yes. Shall we have a look at them?
They're gorgeous waterfalls.
Yes, they must be very nice.
You can go, and you can also have a trip in the river, a day trip, and you see the river, and you go very near the waterfalls. So you see waterfalls, li vedi proprio da vicinissimo, da vicino. Wow.
I want to go to images, though. Sorry, I want images.
Here they are. Wow. Really gorgeous, fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Must be dangerous if you are on a boat.
No, it isn't. No, because they organize everyday trips.
Yeah, they probably know
how.
Yes, they probably know how to do it, where to go. Yeah.
So you inspired.
That's it.
Yes.
Wow.
You breathe the freedom.
Yeah. That's the boat, very near the waterfalls. Oh my God.
But it's a real spectacle, non so, un vero spettacolo.
Yes.
It's the real beauty of nature, because they are the biggest of Europe.
Yeah. Wow.
So you don't need to go to Niagara Falls or to Victoria Falls.
It's enough to go to Zurich.
Yeah, you just go to Zurich.
Yeah. I have passed Zurich a couple of times, but I've never stopped to visit it.
Well, there is the lake, so do I, but well, the problem is that it's very, very expensive.
Switzerland is very expensive. All Switzerland is very expensive. Yeah.
It's much more expensive then
The rest of Europe. Than the rest of Europe. Yes. I think it's the most expensive country in Europe.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But of course, the salaries are very high.
Yes,
so
in
if
fact,
you work there, it's okay.
I met a girl from Switzerland, and she, come si dice? Raccontare.
She told you. She told you.
Okay. She told me that when people from Switzerland go abroad, they pay nothing for them.
Yes,
nothing.
Everything looks very cheap to them.
Yes, unless they go to Arabian
countries.
Emirates.
Yeah, to the
Emirates. All towns, all the countries in Europe cost nothing for them.
Yes, compared to their salaries and their cost of life. The idea is to work there, get the salary there, and spend it maybe in Portugal or Romania.
There are many Italian peoples who work there at the border.
Yes,
and then they
yes,
return.
yes.
So
they go there daily to work.
That's not bad.
No, if you live near, it's not a bad idea. If you live in Como or so on, it's not a bad idea. Yeah. But I wouldn't go to live in Switzerland. I mean, I wouldn't go to live in Switzerland.
No,
I mean, it's a nice place to visit.
Yes, just to visit,
but,
yes.
But I wouldn't
not
like
to live there, no. No, because there is no sea, and I like the sea.
Yeah,
and
the weather is also very rainy and cold, and it's not so bright and sunny as in Italy.
And all towns are perfect, so you can see.
Yeah, they're too perfect.
there are no papers on. On the floor, sul marciapiede. Yes.
But apart from that, it's very, I don't know, it's very sterilized.
But also people, I don't know them, but well, when I went with my family, I went to France, passing from Switzerland, because we went to l'Alsace.
Yes.
And we got una multa.
You got fined. You got fined.
Yes, we got a fine. Going by car.
Stati multati.
By car. But we were not. My husband wasn't going to
very fast, but
yes, and it was.
I got fined in Switzerland as well.
Yes, and it cost a lot. I don't remember, but we paid a lot of money.
A lot of money, yes.
We were not going fast, but.
And the last time I went, I don't know, passing from, I think, Como to Switzerland, there's a piece of road which you have to pay for, but it's not like our highway with a place, a toll where you stop and pay, you know. It's all, how can I say, online. So you're supposed to pay online. But I didn't really know how it worked, so I didn't pay. And a couple of months afterwards, I got, you know, the invitation to pay with a surcharge.
Perhaps it's not clear. I mean,
it's not.
The rules of the road are not clear.
No. I don't know, maybe it's my fault, I don't know. But there was a sign saying this part is a pain road, you're supposed to pay, but I expected to pay at a toll.
Yes,
you know?
sure.
And there was no toll, so I said, I don't know, it was written we were supposed to pay, but nobody asked me for any money, so I thought it's okay. And then the fact is that you had to go on the website, into internet, and declare that you had passed and pay online. But
I know that all Italian people who go there have problems with the police.
Switzerland, yes. Swiss police. Swiss è l'aggettivo. Switzerland è lo stato, svizzero come aggettivo Swiss. Yes, the Swiss police.
Yes. You got to find. So I got
yes, you got fined. Hai preso la multa, sei stata multata. Yeah. Yes. But it's always nice to discover new places and so on, even if sometimes, you know, you get fined or there's something, but it's always nice to, you know, discover new places and so on. So you didn't like Treviso very much. Where are you going next Thursday?
No, I think I'm still, well, for the moment, I'll stay here. Well,
no, but next Thursday.
No, I stay here because I have a meeting. And now it's getting hot, and I prefer to visit towns in autumn, for instance.
Yes, when it's
time I'd like to visit Bologna, for instance.
Yeah.
And the next, Florence, that you told me with Italo. Next year, sure, I'm going to Florence for a day.
Yeah, with Italo Treno, yes.
With Italo.
Yeah.
If you want, I want to book in advance.
Exactly. So
in order to pay less, but in any case, I want to visit it.
Yes. Yeah. My sister lives in.
Yes, you told me.
In
and Florence. Your brother? Where does your brother live?
No, my brother lives in Sagrado. It's near Redipuglia, in the province of Gorizia.
Gorizia. Yes, Gorizia.
Near Gorizia.
Friuli.
Yes, in Friuli. Yes.
And your sister?
I managed to break my nail. Sorry. Yeah, and my sister in Florence. I live in Verona, and my mother in Calalzo di Cadore, in the province of Belluno, in the Dolomites. So we're all scattered. We are all scattered. Siamo tutti sparsi. Here and there. Now my brother is up with my mother. My sister went up last week, and it stayed till yesterday, 2 days ago, sorry. And yesterday my brother went up, and I'm probably going, I don't know, for the weekend, maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm working on Saturday morning. I've got a guided tour. Yoo-hoo! We are starting again.
When? When?
Which tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, tomorrow morning. Yes, 9:30. You know, a class of 5th grade of a primary school. The children were very sorry because last year they had no school trip. This year, no school trip. So, and that was the last year together. Then they are moving to the middle school. And so they said, oh, how sad, how sad. And so one of the mothers said, okay, let's organize a day out all together. and she booked me as a guide for tomorrow morning. So
Italian guide.
Yes, in Italian. Yes, in
But
Italian.
are now the students at secondary school?
Fifth grade of a primary school.
Ah, sorry.
Quinta
The
di
fifth,
una
sì,
scuola
sì, sì.
primaria.
Okay.
And yes, so it's in Italian, and it's Roman Verona, la Verona Romana. And so I'm preparing a couple of things to give to them.
Yes, but it's just
I'm organizing.
this is the first step to begin all again.
Yes, exactly. Oh,
The
finally.
first step.
I'm working again. I'm working again. Oh, looking forward to it, to be honest. And so I was preparing some activities to do. For example, the Gavi arch, I was printing it and cutting it into pieces to give the children to reconstruct it as a puzzle, to tell them that it had been dismantled by Napoleon, under Napoleon, and then rebuilt again in the place where we see it now. And so to make them memorize the thing, I'm going to make them recreate, rebuild, reassemble.
But how can you recreate? Well, I mean,
I simply take a picture. I simply took a picture and cut it in 4 parts for the children who are not, how can I say, very particularly bright, and 6 parts for the brighter children to reassemble to obtain the image.
But and then, you mean when you're standing at the arch?
When I will be there in front of the arch, I will tell them that the arch wasn't where we see it now. It was in the middle of the road near Castelvecchio, and I will tell them why. And under Napoleon, it had to be destroyed, and so the Veronese people didn't want to destroy it, so they dismantled it, and then they reassembled it in the place where we see it now. So to make them memorize this thing, I will have them reassemble the arch in on a piece of paper.
They can remember better.
Exactly.
And then where are you going?
I will start from the arena. At the arena, I will tell them a couple of stories, the stories of Primus and Hilarius, 2 gladiators. I will tell them the story. And then I will tell them I will make them understand what 2,000 years means, because I think the children have no idea 2,000 years, you know.
No.
So I'm going to have them close their eyes and imagine to step back 50 years. Their parents weren't born, they weren't born, their parents weren't born, and their grandparents were probably young people, or sometimes maybe children. Maybe the grandfather was a child with, I don't know, with brushed knees, con le ginocchia graffiate, or maybe the grandmother was still a baby crying, wah, wah, because she wanted to be fed or changed. And then I will tell them back another jump back, another 50 years, no cars, no televisions, no computers, no mobile phones, no planes, no. And then another 50 year, and then another 50 year, and then another blah, 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 for 20 times, which is 1,000 years. And then I tell them, if you do this all over again, that's 2,000 years ago, the period we're talking about, and they will understand that it's a long time ago. And then another thing I want to make them do is, you know, how could the Romans 2000 years ago build such a fantastic building? Because they had discovered an important architectural, I want to say architectural, an important thing, which is draw the arena. You've got 2-3 minutes to draw the arena and discover how the Romans made it. If you draw the arena, se la disegni, you realize it's all made in arches. One arch over the other. And thanks to the arch, the Romans could make such a big building. So I wanted them to draw quickly the arena, just to realize that it's all made in arches, because an arch, once you put the keystone, la chiave di volta, the central stone, it gets stuck. And the more weight you put in it, and the more it gets stuck. Più ci metti sovrappeso e più rimane incastrato. So thanks to the arch, grazie all'arco, alla tecnica architettonica dell'arco, the Romans could make not only amphitheaters like the arena, but also bridges, which means aqueducts, roads, and so on and so on. So the arch was the architectural element that allowed them to build big buildings like the arena.
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
No, because well, I teach in the secondary school, and now we begin from medieval times.
Yes. Not
once it was at the Roman times, but now books begin.
Which is a stupid idea, in my opinion.
Yes, I know.
I think it was better to do few things of all the historical period at the elementary, primary school, and then repeat them, enlarging, you know, and broadening the speeches in the middle school, and then repeat them again, even in a broader way, una maniera ancora più ampia, at the secondary school, because what you can understand when you are 8, 9, or 10 is different from what you can understand when you're 15, 16, 17.
In fact, no, as a matter of fact, infatti, si può dire, as a matter of fact, when students arrive at the secondary school, they know nothing about the Roman and Greek and Roman periods. They remember nothing, and they also did nothing. Well, they did a little in the primary school, and they don't remember.
Of course, you can't do much in a primary school. What can you do, you know? Anyway, and then I'm organized. Sorry.
When they, well, they start from the
prehistory, prehistoria.
The prehistory, well, and well, it's history begins from medieval times, and art begins from prehistory. So they should be together, art and history.
Together, yes.
But they don't.
But they don't.
They don't, because books that they study are not
follow the follow the ministerial.
That's bad. In my opinion, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's a stupid thing to do.
Yes, and moreover, when years ago, I tried also to do something which was not in the book. Some topics, Roman times, for instance, I gave some photocopies to each boy, but the parents, non so come si dice, lamentarsi, si sono lamentati.
Complained.
Because the topics were not in the book. So
what? I don't understand why parents should tell you what to do. I mean, you are the teacher. If there are problems, come come and we can talk about it. But they have no right to tell you what to do and what not to do.
Yes, but I know that some students have difficulty in studying. They need their book. So I also do photocopies, but I wanted to also do just a big topic, but about Roman period.
Yes.
But parents complained. They complained, so I prefer
yes, not to do it anymore.
Following the book, yes.
Yes.
Or for instance, when we study a topic, I could also begin a topic in the central part of the book. And
yeah, why not? Yes.
And then link it with, no, they complain because the students
it's confusing for the children.
Are confused, yes. But parents say that
I think those children should also become a little bit more elastic, a little bit.
So do I, because it wasn't a problem for
open-minded.
me. Well, and also for my students, it wasn't a problem. Just parents complained because they say this is not in the book. Yes, but
if I were you, I would have told them, trust me, I am the teacher. I know my job.
But when there are just a big amount of people that complain, I don't want to history. I don't want complaining.
You're too good. You are too good. I would be more strict and say, listen, thank you for the suggestion, but I am the teacher. I know my job. I know what I'm doing.
Yes, but there are some parents who were also teachers who complain.
They are the worst. They are the worst.
They are,
Sono i peggiori quelli.
They don't complain with me. They complain with
the others, which is even worse.
No, they complain with the
headmaster.
Headmaster, yes.
The headmaster. Oh.
They say nothing to me. They just complain. They complained in the past. Now that I follow the book, I have no more problems.
And what did the headmaster tell them? I mean, he should have told them.
Depends, because some headmasters are with the teachers.
Yeah,
others, no, because they don't want to lose students. And students are precious. Sono preziosi gli studenti at the moment.
Okay.
I know it's difficult. No, but sometimes I enlarge the topic with other
yes.
links,
Yes.
also YouTube or internet and so on.
Yes. You enlarge or you broaden the topic.
Broaden,
yes.
Okay.
Or you deep it, se lo fai più profondamente. Deep. Lo approfondisci. Anyway, and yes. So tomorrow I'm starting from the arena.
But why did you tell me before? You told me I will go. Why didn't you tell me I'm
going to go, or I'm going? Yes, you're right. Because I was probably thinking, what shall I do? I'll go. I'll probably go. Yes,
okay.
It's something I decided at the moment, you know.
Okay.
But yes, it should have been, I'm going to the Gavi Arch.
Well, I'm visiting also.
Yes.
For instance, I'm visiting Arena and the
and then the Gavi Arch.
Okay.
And then I'll probably go, yes, I'm going to go to Porta Borsari Gate. And from there, I'm starting a hunting game. E da lì comincio una caccia al tesoro.
Ah, really?
And yes, there are many remains of graves and so on along Corso Porta Borsari. So I'm going to give the children something like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe, to discover as many graves, gravestones or things like that as they can. And
how is this possible? I mean,
they go along the road, take pictures of the places they think is relevant, and then they come back to
they take pictures.
Yes, with their mobile. With their mobile. And then they come back and show me the pictures, and we'll talk about the places they have discovered. Or maybe I will tell them what to look for. Forse gli dirò.
Are you sure that it's possible to use the mobile? So
they will be with their parents. Cioè, saranno con i loro genitori.
Well, normal at school it's not. It's forbidden.
It's not really at school. It's not really at school. I mean, we're out of the school anyway. And yes.
So how long will it take, or is it going
2
to
hours?
take
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, they normally last 2 hours. Well, I mean, the trips along Verona normally last 2 hours.
No? Vuoi provare a farlo? No, vabbè. Okay.
Il problema è che l'ho dovuto spostare in Word per uscire.
My daughter is helping me with the model of the Gavi Arch. I want to make a three-dimensional 3D model.
And by helping her, she means I did all the work.
Right, she did.
Sorry, I didn't understand because I said hello.
E con aiutarlo, lei
No, in English it's okay.
And by helping her, she means I did all the work and she'll get all the credit.
And she will? I don't know.
I will get all the okay. My daughter did all the work, and
you,
I'll get all the credit. Lei ha fatto tutto il lavoro, io mi prenderò tutte le come si può dire, come si dice in italiano?
Si dice credit, non so cosa sia credit.
No, come si può dire in italiano? I meriti, io mi prenderò il merito. E lei ha fatto tutto il lavoro. Prova a farlo.
La Word a un certo punto mi ha sballato tutte le proporzioni, nel senso.
Infatti secondo me dovrebbe essere un po' più alto, sai.
Adesso sto vedendo
rispetto alla proporzione tra la larghezza e l'altezza.
Ho dovuto fare col strumento di cattura perché mi prendevo l'immagine, no? E Word me lo metteva automatico il più grande possibile nel foglio.
But do you do it with paper or with, non so come si dice, cartoncino?
Cardboard. Yes.
È da fare sul cartoncino, no?
Yeah, yes.
Collare la card paper on the
But you know what? Once the pieces are linked together, because you are supposed to cut out these parts and then fold this part, fold it.
Okay.
And attach them, stick them to the base.
Yes.
Attaccarli alla base. So when it's all glued together, it should be okay. But yes, maybe we should use a thick piece of paper. For example, this
that
one.
Can go through the printer.
Won't it go through the printer?
No.
Ok, so in this case paper is good. Dice che la stampante probabilmente non prende un...
Per fare col cartoncino dovrei ripassarci sopra con la carta carbone che abbiamo, però lo fai anche te.
Beh, ci penseremo. We'll think about it after.
The bigger it is, the better it is. No.
It depends. Yes, it depends. But yes, you try it if you want to. See how it comes out. Vedi come viene fuori.
Because they are small children, so
No, that's for the parents. For the small children, I simply printed an image of the Gavi arch and cut it in 4 or 6 parts, and they are supposed to reassemble it as a puzzle. So what I did was to take a picture of the Gavi arch. And for example, this one.
Yes, but it should be a big image, picture.
But it's okay. I can also take, no, it's okay, this one, or maybe this one. Wikipedia is a free, it's free. So I'm going to print it. Ah, no.
No, this one. But you also have to print bigger.
Yes, yes, on a piece of paper, in un piece of drawing paper, in un foglio di carta da disegno. And yes.
But I don't know.
Okay, so
when you print it, it's a small, it's in a small paper. So do you recreate it in a bigger?
No, I'll just print this one on a normal A4 sheet of paper.
Yes.
Stampo semplicemente in un foglio A4 normale. And then I'm going to cut it in 4 parts. Or
so
maybe
it's a small one.
Or maybe 6 parts, according to the abilities of the children, because there will be children which can easily reassemble the Gavi arch in 6 or 8 parts, and children who will be able to do it if it's cut in half or in 4 parts. Yes. Otherwise they get confused.
Yes.
Sì, ci saranno dei bambini che lo faranno facilmente anche se sarà in 8 o 10 parti, lo ricompongono, ma dei bambini che magari hanno delle difficoltà, allora già farlo in 4
you have to do many copies. You have to do
oh yes, 1 each.
How many are children?
5th grade, so there will be 10.
The children, how many children?
Oh, I don't know exactly how many, but something like 14, 15. So I'll make, let's say, 20 copies, and some of them will be cut in 8 or 10 parts. Some of them will be cut in 4 parts, maybe a couple of them in 2 parts, in case there are special need children. In that case, 2 parts, and they simply have to put at the bottom and the top. For other ones, we'll have maybe 4 parts, and the brightest ones will have maybe 8 or 10 parts to assemble. Sì, se c'è qualche bambino con bisogni educativi speciali, magari lo faccio diviso in 2, che faccia solo parte sotto e parte sopra. Qualcun altro l'avrà diviso in 4, e quelli un po' più sbricchi glielo do diviso in 8 parti. In modo che nel tempo che do a disposizione, più o meno, you know, everybody will be able to do it in the time at disposal.
But they
will have to glue and stick it on a drawing paper. Dovranno incolarlo e attaccare i pezzi per ricostruirlo in un foglio da disegno.
Yes, but where is it possible? I mean, the place.
The place? Just in front of the Gavi arch.
Ah, because there is just...
We'll go there. Yes, we will go there.
C'è non so come si dice, dove ti puoi appoggiare.
Sorry?
In front of the arch, of the arch, there is the river, and there you can
They will look at the arch and assemble the pieces.
Ah, yes, definitely.
guarderanno l'arco e riattaccheranno i pezzi. That's my idea. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, yes. I was wondering. I was wondering where there is place to glue and to fix them. And yes, I understand now.
Yeah. Yes. And then along Corso Porta Nuova, there are many scusa, Corso Porta Borsari.
Delle pietre.
There are many remains.
Testimonianze delle pietre antiche.
Yes, witnesses of old graves and so on. For example, this one.
So they have to take pictures with the mobile.
Here, there's another one here. There's another one inside here. And then there's another one along the course. Ce n'è un altro lungo il corso che qui adesso non si vede. But
how can you see? How can you watch all the pictures? Because if there are 15.
Sorry.
How can you see all? How can you watch all the pictures? Because
what do you mean? The pictures taken by the children?
You have to see just every mobile to watch.
Yes, yes. No, I'm going to tell them you have to find this and that and the other one. You've got 15 minutes. Let's meet back here. When you find it, you take a picture of it. And when you come back, you show me what you have managed to find. And the idea was they could work in teams, to be honest.
Perhaps that
yes, teams of 3 or 4 children. So maybe 3 teams.
But have they also teacher? Are there also teacher? They are teachers.
No, there are no teachers. Only the parents.
Okay. Because there are parents.
It's out of school of the school.
Okay. No, I thought it was with the teachers. That's why I asked.
Only with the parents.
Okay. Yes.
And the parents, on the contrary, will have to find something more difficult. For example, I can't see it here. Let's see.
You could give them the Arco dei Gavi part 2. I just finished the first paper out of 3. I'm about.
Yes, I'm talking about Corso Porta Borsi now. Non ce la faranno? Guarda quanto ci metti. Porta Borsi.
For parents. What do you mean by something?
By the parents? The parents of the children. No, allora come si può mettere? There are the remains of, no, it can't be found here. Maybe there's no picture of it, but inside Borsari Gate, here, there are the remains of a grave of a Roman soldier. But there's no picture of it. Anyway,
la tomba, grave.
Yes, actually the gravestone.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if no, there's no picture of it here. But I will take a picture and I will tell them, find this. You have to discover where this is, and the children will have to discover what other things are. And of course, the things that the children will have to discover are easier to see, to find. That the parents will have to discover.
Yes, I'd like to ask you also, all the students, also in the secondary school, students walk along Verona with a guide. And is it possible to contact you?
Sure, sure.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please do. I will be very happy.
We don't normally contact, we receive a book from il comune di Verona.
Ah, okay, so in that case...
The guided tours of town.
Yeah.
C'è proprio il libretto.
Yeah.
There is a book and it's sponsorized so dal comune.
Yes, in that case,
We
the municipality normally works with other guide associations, not with our guide association. So no, if you go through them, you won't be able to have me.
Well, I don't know really, because we normally go through them. So, but if there is the possibility to also to ask to.
Thank you very much, Inid, but you know what? I think that if you go through the municipality, the guided tour is free for you. Do you pay for it?
Yes, no, we pay. No, I think the children should pay just €1 or maximum €2 per student.
I don't take much. I take €4, but nevertheless, I think you pay less with the municipality. So, but yeah, but when it's time, try and contact me, and we'll see if it's possible. If it's possible, I'll be very happy to be with you.
Yes, sure.
But
also medieval times, because normally at secondary school they do medieval times. So.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I can do anything.
Yes,
of course. Oh yeah. So anyway, and then of course Piazza Erbe, which was the ancient Roman Forum, and then we'll probably have a look at the Scavi Scaligeri, the Roman remains there. And then my idea is to get to Lunga Adige to see the Ponte Pietra, Stone Bridge, and the Roman Theatre.
Oh, yes.
And tell them about the Roman Theatre and the Stone Bridge. And then 2 hours
I'm in that school just in front of Pietra Bridge.
Really? Ah, fantastic.
Catullo School.
Catullo.
No, the school is not nice. The school is old and it should be
but the place is wonderful.
But the place is wonderful.
I know.
Because also we, well, I see on the second floor or third floor of the school, you can see all the church, the San Giorgio.
San Giorgio Church and all the view.
Something very gorgeous, and you can also see the river and the bridge because you are up.
Yes, a wonderful view.
You have a wonderful view, yes, really. Yeah. Something very special.
Yes. Yeah, it really makes you feel good.
Yes, it's the Verona part which I prefer.
It's the best part of Verona, yes.
Yes.
It is the best part of Verona.
You could also bring the children to eat an ice cream. You know,
that depends on their parents.
There, where is Ponte Pietra?
Yeah, I know, it's delicious.
That's delicious.
Yeah,
just
I know.
In front of Maffei School. That's
yes, exactly. Yes, yeah. I will tell the parents, but it's up to them, of course.
It's up to them. Yes. You can also have a frappe or something like that.
Yeah.
Frappe is there.
You know what? Milkshake.
Sorry, yes,
milkshake. Do you know what we are thinking about doing? Since our CPIA, because I work for the CPIA, il Centro Provinciale di Istruzione di Adulti, like many other schools, I think all schools got some money to organize activities for the summer. So I was thinking about organizing some tours of Verona for adults during the summer. So if I manage to do it, I'll let you know. Se riesco a organizzare un corso appunto di uscite su Verona durante l'estate per adulti, vi faccio sapere. Nelle varie
like to come in English. No.
It can be done in English
Because
and in Italian.
yes, are adults but are from abroad.
That's a message from Annalisa. She says, purtroppo stasera non potrò arrivare proprio all'ultima lezione. Mi trovo con il comitato biblioteca per la rassegna culturale, ma spero di risentirti presto. Oh yes, because she's having... Yeah. Anyway, no, that's on Thursday.
Perhaps you know a teacher, an English teacher who works for CPIA, Cristina Giavoni.
Sì, Cristina, my colleague, yes. She teaches English at the Scuola Dante Alighieri because we have many schools where we work.
I know. You have also Borgo Venezia.
Borgo Venezia, le Carducci a Borgo Venezia, in Veronetta abbiamo il Duca d'Aosta, poi Borgo Roma abbiamo, e poi anche in tutta la provincia, all over the province, because it's a provincial school. So all over the province, and Cristina works at Dante Alighieri.
She decided to leave children and to teach to adults.
She used to teach to the CPIA when she was young, and then she moved to the morning school because it was more practical for them, because when you teach adults, you sometimes finish, at that time we used to finish at 11:30, sometimes at midnight, and if you have small children who need you to go to bed and who need you in the morning to wake up and go to school, it can be very tiring in the long run.
Yes, but now, which is the maximum time you do?
Now 10:30 p.m., which means you're home by 11 o'clock. But now, you know, Christina's children are all grown up, so she... Sto lavorando, ti chiamo dopo.
No, but it's not a problem if you want to answer.
Yes, now her children are all grown up. They don't need her anymore. And so she decided to come back to the CPIA.
I thought it was just till 8 o'clock.
No. It depends. In Duca d'Aosta, they tend to finish 8:30 at most. See, al Duca d'Aosta, that depends on, because the schools aren't ours. They do not respond to us. They are under the supervision of the headmaster of the middle school. So it all depends on the agreement those headmasters have with our headmistress. And in some cases, they don't want to keep the school open till very late at night. And so in Dante Alighieri, I think they're going to finish at 8:30 or 9 o'clock at most. But in Duca d'Aosta, for example, 10:30. And because middle school for workers, there are people who work till 7 o'clock p.m. So they need to have a later school, you know. So yes, sometimes we start school at 7 to 10:30. No, 6:30 to 10:30, dalle 6:30 alle 10:30. Centro provinciale di istruzione degli adulti.
No, ma have you got your own headmaster?
Yes, so we have our own. It's a headmistress. It's a woman. Nicoletta Morbioli, very good one, very good
Ah,
one.
it's just one for all
Per tutto di tutta la provincia, per il CPA di tutta la provincia. But the schools, we go into the schools all over the province, and the schools are under the supervision of the local headmaster or headmistress, and so it depends on the agreements they can get.
Yes.
Sì, le scuole non dipendono da noi andiamo presso le scuole della provincia, di solito presso le medie, e le scuole ovviamente lì dipende dal preside della scuola se ci dà l'autorizzazione di utilizzarle fino alle 8:30, fino alle 9, fino alle 10 o fino alle 11. Molti non vogliono tenere la scuola aperta fino a tardi. Poi c'era un problema ovviamente di bidelli, di personale, insomma c'è una serie di problemi, per cui once upon a time we used to finish at 11:30 so that the school could be closed by midnight. But nowadays, the last, the latest is 10:30, so that the school can be closed by 11 p.m. But 10:30,
it's always late. It's always late.
It's still late, but you know what? For the people who work, some of them work till 7:00 p.m.
Yes, I know.
And so if they wanted to take the middle school certificate, they finish work, they rush to school, they start 3/4 of an hour afterwards, all the same, but nevertheless, it's still,
But it's not good for you. I mean, when you go back,
I know it's not good for me, but... And so Christina, at that time when she used to teach at the CPIA, we used to finish at 11:30. And she had small children who waited for her to go to bed. And in the morning, they had to be waken up and given breakfast and brought to school. And so day after day, in the long term, it was very, very tiring. So she decided to ask for the transfer to the morning middle school class, and she moved to the morning classes. But now that her children are grown up, they don't need her anymore.
She has just one child.
Maybe just one. I don't know her very well.
Yes, she has
anyway.
just a boy. No, the boy now is
sì, non la conosco molto bene. Comunque. And so she decided to come back to the CPIA. It's a completely different way of teaching. As you can see.
Yes.
It's all different with the adults.
I also like perhaps in the future to change, just because it's
yes,
nice to change, but
personally, you know what? I'm very happy, very happy. I taught children when I was young. I enjoyed it a lot. I've taught all grades, from kindergarten to primary to middle to secondary school. And I was very happy with all of them. But now that I'm 59, I'm happy to be with adults, because the energies.
Yes, it depends on the age you have.
Yes.
Because it takes a lot of energy, yes.
The energies you need to teach children or teenagers are really much,
sono impegnativi. Also because, yes,
they're very demanding.
Their world is different from yours. I mean, I have, for instance, I have a boy, and his teacher is young, and he plays the battery.
Yes.
So he's like a mito.
Sorry?
No, his teacher, my son's teacher,
being young,
group, and he also did some videos which are in YouTube. So for students, he's an important person.
Exactly,
so he's very near their world. È molto
Exactly,
difficile.
exactly. I remember when I went out, maybe on a school trip and so on, with my secondary school students, there was often somebody who said, "Where's the teacher? I'm the teacher." Oh, you looked one of the students, because I was very young at that time, you know. I was 4, 5, 6 years older than them, but still, and so, and it was okay. Now I'm 59, and I haven't got all the energies and yes, so I'm happy I'm with grown-ups now. But yes, I was very happy to teach children and teenagers at that time.
Yes, I'd like also, I'd like to teach to adults in the future.
Yes.
The problem is that, well, I'd like to be near home. Well,
where do you live?
I live near Dante Alighieri. Just
okay, so yes, in Verona, there are many schools in Verona. I mean,
yes, but if I get
you teach lettere, okay, no, maybe.
But because I don't know
maybe my colleague Antonella Bertoldi, she might retire next year. I have to ask her, but she might retire maybe, and so there would be
but I'm thinking for the future, because now I was transferred, cioè sono stata trasferita they have very few students at the moment, so I lost my teaching
class.
Now I'm at Catullo, which I'm always near where I live, near 10 minutes on foot.
Yes, it's near, yes.
I live near the hospital, so it's good
Borgo
for
Trento, yes.
Perhaps for the future, but I'd like to be near home.
Yes.
For instance, because
of course, yes, of course. You know the problem now. We have a very good headmistress who tries her best to, of course, help the teachers stay near home and so on. But if you apply for a CPIA, you are officially available to be moved all over the province.
So if you stay in a school for 1 year,
because the school is the CPIA.
Yes.
And if you enter CPIA, it depends of where where the job is. So you can be asked to go to Cerea or maybe even Bosco Chisanuovo or whatever, you know. But it's normally not like that, because our headmistress is very, very how can I say,
sì, ho capito che aiuta, cioè cerca di andare
very
incontro.
kind, and she tries her best to help the teachers do what they would like to do. So normally, if you live in Verona, you'll be able to teach in Verona. But officially, if you enter a CPIA team, it means that you can be moved wherever there's a job. So, which can be online, like me, che può essere anche online, quindi non ti muovi da casa come me.
No, beh, non dipende dal punteggio, quindi
no, perché la scuola è proprio il CPA, e quindi tu facendo domanda al CPA sai che sei su tutta la provincia, CPA lavora su tutta la provincia, capito? È come se tu facessi la domanda, che ne so io, alle Catullo, e le Catullo avessero una sede staccata, che ne so, e puoi capitare nella sede centrale o nella sede staccata.
Quindi non dipende it doesn't depend from the, non so come si dice, il punteggio you have. Doesn't depend from how many years you teach.
No, if you have a high how can I say?
For instance, if you say I teach, I I have taught in the school near
Taught,
house for many
yes, you have
years,
taught.
and now there is a young new teacher.
Yes,
Oh.
might be. I'm not sure because I don't have any problem being 59. But yes, it might be that if somebody with a higher mark than me comes, he or she can take my place and I am moved to the province. It might be, I'm not sure. And since you have taught, siccome hai insegnato for many years, you have a high mark, so you might be able to have a right to stay in
Yes,
the
I think that, well, if the headmistress know you, come si dice, da molti anni, se ti conosce da molti...
Have been known you for many years.
Ecco. Has been knowing you for many years.
See,
so
the headmister has been...
Change you the place, the school.
Yes. When the headmister has been knowing you for many years, yes, he will try to help you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
but
next
yeah,
year,
you can ask and see what happens.
Well, it would be for the future, perhaps. I'm not sure, but well.
But you know what? Good news. No parents complaining.
Yes, that's sure. That's sure. And also adults listen to you very. They are not like.
Okay, wait a second, because when we talk about adults, we mean from the age of 16, sometime even 15, and which might include the boys and girls who haven't finished the middle school within the regular terms, and they needed to finish it, in our school. And normally those people are not very quiet people, because of course if they didn't manage to finish the middle school in time, they probably had some problems. And so there are some young people with behavioral problems. Moreover, we have a great lot, I would say the majority of immigrants, people from all over the world who moved to Italy. For example, all the immigrants from the African countries, from Albania, Romania, and so on and so on. And of course, they are interested in school, but they're more interested in finding a job, which means, because it's more important for them, which means that they start school, then they find a job, so they don't come to school for a few days, and then they come to school again, then they ask to move in the morning, and then they find a job in the morning and ask to be moved in the afternoon.
But why do they want to learn Italian? That's for the job?
They need the middle school certificate. You need the middle school certificate if you want to do some kind of jobs, or if you want to, I don't know, open a shop, or, this kind of things. You need the middle school certificate. Moreover, there are all the immigrants, the underage immigrants below the age of 18, who are have to go to school, they have to go compulsory to school.
Okay.
So, and get the middle school.
Not all of them are motivated.
So they are generally motivated, but then there are so many other extra, how can I say, things that,
No, I understand. Yes, they normally want to learn Italian because they need.
They
know
needed
the
the
language.
diploma, the middle school diploma certificate.
It's not just for pleasure.
Yes, exactly.
Because they have to work. They work all the day,
Exactly.
so it's not
Exactly.
for pleasure.
The underaged ones must compulsory go to the middle school and get to the middle school diploma.
Yes. You know what? Well, I know a lady. He's from Brazil, and now she lives here in Verona, and she
attends the CPIA.
si dice che è sposata.
She's
She's
married.
She's married with an Italian man, but she speaks very bad Italian. So
Why doesn't she come to our school? Told her.
Si dice suggerire, le ho suggerito.
I suggested her, oppure I told her to do so.
Go to CPIA because it's really difficult to
Understand her.
understand what she says.
No, she should definitely come to our Italian classes. Decisamente dovrebbe frequentare i nostri corsi di italiano.
So she went, she told me, okay, because it's hard to difficult, the Portuguese. And also when she writes, it's all bad. So she went, and she went perhaps twice, just 2 times, and she said, no, it's too easy for me. Because they
That's strange, because they're normally given an entry test, and according to the entry test results,
yes,
they are put in the correct class.
Yes, but she said, well, when they speak, it's too easy for me, and they were too slowly.
They talked too slowly. Yes, well, she could simply ask to move to a higher class.
No, but, well, the problem is that, well, she pretends to speak Italian, but she doesn't speak. It's difficult, it's hard to understand that she has non ha la pazienza.
Patience. She has no patience.
She has no patience to wait because she's not able to write also. She says, oh,
well, of course, it's not easy, especially for an adult to learn a new language. You need the time and, you know, yes.
Yes, but she just went 1 or 2 lessons. She said, oh, it's too easy because she can understand Italian, but not speaking and also writing. I told her it's different. It's difficult to write Italian language, but because she pretends to know just because she understands, but
yes, if she doesn't want to, there's nothing you can do, basically.
Yes,
se lei non vuole, non c'è niente che si può fare.
Well, if I were
in her shoes,
if I were in her shoes, I'd like to learn the best I can.
Of course, but you know.
Also conjunctives, for instance, il congiuntivo. I'd like to, because.
But you know, Brazilian people tend, all Latin American people tend to have how can I say, an attitude of let it go. It goes as it goes, you know, which is nice under certain points of view, yes, because they're much less stressed than us and so on. But on the other side, yes, it can be.
I think that you are much more integrated in a country if you know.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
As possible as you can.
Yeah. But as I told you, if she doesn't want to, there's nothing you can do.
No. Because she has all the money, for instance, she doesn't work, and she has all the money free.
Nice, very. Perché è venuto una...
Ho dovuto usare lo scotch perché mi manca una levetta. Ma quello posso appuntarlo.
Sì, quello è un problema. Well, it's not bad. It's not bad. Qual è il problema?
Very nice.
Cosa ho fatto?
Dici che ci vuole troppo tempo?
Non è una questione di troppo tempo, è che non ci sarei riuscita senza un tavolo.
Ah,
Però a seconda di dove ti metti, magari si possono appoggiare. Magari con un quaderno.
No, ma è bello,
no,
bellissimo.
it's okay. But she says, you know what? You need a table or a flat surface to work on.
Ah.
And I'm not sure we will have a table. So, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's okay.
Adesso faccio l'altro che vedi che faccio i pezzi di scotch che ti insieme.
Thanks to your daughter.
She's very helpful. Very helpful. Guarda, è molto
But where do you teach? Come si dice? Where are you teaching at the moment? In which?
At the moment, online.
No, I mean.
But I am supposed to teach at Duca d'Aosta, Veronetta.
Duca d'Aosta.
Veronetta, yes. Yes, but yes, again, the headmistress often asks me to go to Informa Giovani, for example, in vicino al Macello Vecchio, zona Filippini, or I have taught at Dante Alighieri, or ho insegnato alle Dante Alighieri many times, and you know, wherever it's necessary, basically. Dove serve fondamentalmente. Okay. Now, this year there was this agreement with Europolo. Quest'anno c'era questo accordo con Europolo, and both Stefano asked for me specifically because he knows me and he likes my way of teaching. Sia Stefano aveva chiesto esplicitamente di me perché mi conosce, conosce il mio modo di insegnare, gli andava bene, and also there were no English teachers willing to teach online and be recorded and so on. E non c'erano anche insegnanti di inglese che volevano insegnare online, essere registrati e tutto quanto. Because these YouTube lessons can be seen by anyone.
Yes, I know, but it's not a problem.
And so I know, I don't care.
I don't care.
But other teachers said, no, I don't want to be recorded, you know. So, and so this year I have these lessons for.
So you don't know for next year?
I don't know next year what I will do.
Because I'd like really to begin again.
Yeah. Ask Stefano. Ask Stefano. He can easily, I suppose, organize other.
I think there are courses every year. There are courses, but I thought they were only for English teachers. Oh
no, we can do many things. We can do, yes.
Well, I hope also for next year because I was feeling, non so come si dice, I was feeling well this year with you.
Thank you. Really, yes.
Really, and it's something different. A fortnight, do some lessons each fortnight.
Yes.
Cioè, è qualcosa di è una variante, insomma, carina, è qualcosa di
yes.
Because I like English, so
it's good to keep it practiced.
Yes.
And once every fortnight is not very demanding, you know, it's almost a relaxing thing.
Yes.
Una volta ogni 2 settimane non è così pesante, è quasi una cosa rilassante.
No.
So, yeah.
So I'd like to repeat the experience.
Yeah. Try and ask Stefano. He might decide to do another class. Yes, why not? I would be happy. I like it. I have met a number of very interesting people.
I think always the B1 level.
Sorry?
I think, I don't know the level. I think the B1, this one. This
Even
level.
B2 if you want to. You can also join at B2 level if you want to.
No, but just because we are talking, so B1 or B2, I think.
Okay, whatever you prefer, yes. And my program is at your choice. I mean, I had a program at the beginning of the year, but then I changed it completely because you wanted to talk. So, you know, it's a good thing to keep talking. And when Annalisa comes, she wants to do something else. So we can do a little bit of what she wants and so on. So no problems. We can do whatever we want to.
Well, for me, it's also it's the same. Also, grammar
Yes.
or reading or speaking.
Yeah, yeah. And what I mean is, we can do, and I'm willing to do what we want to. So we're not linked to a program. And
Yes,
we
sure.
don't have to do a certain program. We can decide our own program. So, and it's okay for me to do what you want to. So it's okay, you know. Yeah.
I'd like only to be, well, a bit more. I mean, three people should be. Or
yes, it's different if there are 3-4 people talking.
Yes, because you can listen to other ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Well, this is the only class with so few people, to be honest.
I imagine, yes.
Yeah, the other
I
classes.
think at the beginning there were 15 or 16. I wrote 16
Yeah,
participants, but
it's always, I don't know, it's always been a very small class. I'll tell you. I'll tell you, if you just wait, I'll tell you how many people there were.
I think 14.
But middle school B1, sorry, shall I share the screen so you can see as well? B1, blah, blah, blah. Oh no, okay, it's not this one. It's this one. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people. 17 people, but many of them never came.
Ah, really? No.
Many of them never came.
If I apply something, then it's just because I've decided to come, because I know that I can come. No.
I don't know.
Depends next year. It depends if it's only online. It would be easier.
Yeah.
Because I don't know in which school they normally have lessons.
The CPIA has lessons both online and in many schools of the province. The Europolo, I think, only works online.
Ah, no, it's not bad for me. I prefer online.
Me too. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And I also hope to receive, to get the certificate.
Of course you will. Of course you will. Because you didn't miss any lessons.
I'll be proud to receive it. It's something that I like. It's something that
of course you will. But it's Stefano who makes all the certificates. Sure. So you'll have to wait for him. But of course you will receive.
Yes, but it's a memory for me. It's something.
It is. It's nice. Yes. And you definitely deserve it. You deserve it.
Meritare. Deserve.
Oh, no. Sì, te lo meriti.
Oh, yes, but it was something joyful, divertente.
Yes, fun. It was fun.
It was a fun, yes.
Yes, it was fun too. It was a pleasure.
Oh, yes, it was a pleasure. It was fun.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I hope I haven't been too boring. But as you
No.
rightly said, with only one or two people, it's a little bit boring, but what can we do?
No, it's not boring.
Yeah,
Because
but if
it's
you are,
important to listen to someone, and you speak very fluently and very well, and it's easy to understand you.
good,
And you also give the possibility to speak to
to speak, to
participants
talk,
to talk.
yes, and practice the language, which is
Yes.
important. Yes.
For instance, I heard your daughter just a few words, and I think it's harder than you
But
to
to
understand.
understand her,
I
because
think, but
she speaks English with a slightly Irish accent, because she lived in Ireland for 1 year
that's
and went to school there and so on. So she has kept this Irish accent.
yes, definitely. It's harder. Yes, it's a bit harder to.
Yeah.
Well, she said
But
just.
you get used to it after a while. It's at the first moment, but then you get used to it. And but yes, she has a slightly Irish accent.
Yes, but I just I listened
And maybe
to.
she was also moving. She was
Yes,
also moving, so the
definitely.
voice didn't come, clearly. I don't know. Yeah. So, right, 20 minutes left. What can we do in 20 minutes? What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know. I'd like also to apply my son to some English camps. There are also, but he doesn't want.
Some English, sorry.
Camps during summer, Grest, non so, i camps.
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 Yes.
But
I
he
don't know,
doesn't
because
want.
with coronavirus, everything has
No,
changed.
now perhaps yes, but he doesn't want.
Who? Your
My
son?
son, he's 12, but he doesn't want. He doesn't like English very much because, well, I don't know. My daughter, yes, she loves English, but my son
doesn't. That depends very much from the teacher,
yes,
unfortunately,
perhaps.
because at that age the subject is strictly connected to the teacher. So if they love the teacher, they will love the subject.
No, he doesn't.
Then when they grow
teacher.
up, they develop their tastes and so on. But at that age, the subject is connected to the teacher, and so
No, he doesn't
I'm very
love
sorry
it.
to hear that, because
She's an old lady. I think she should, come si dice? Andare in pensione.
retire. Retire. She should retire.
She should retire next year, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, and the problem is to listen. Listen the CD, for instance.
Yeah, listen to the CDs.
They don't, well, I think they have 3 hours a week, and it's not much.
No, it's
because they also read, then teach, they learn the rules, and there is not much time just to listen. And English, you should listen and listen.
Yes. Yes, it's
foreign
important.
language, you should always listen, so it's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, he should find some English-speaking friends. If he finds some English-speaking friends, he will start to speak English.
I know, but I'd like to apply him in a summer or next year, but he doesn't want an English camp. Perhaps in the future, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, maybe a school change, I don't know. He should go to a British family, or I don't know.
Also, my daughter, I told her, why don't you go? I told her last year, why don't you go for 2 weeks or 3 weeks in an English or Irish family? Oh, no. Because she doesn't know.
They're too happy at home.
I stayed in an English family in Bath, in the south.
Yes.
But it was just 1 week.
Yeah. I mean, it's something though.
Yes, it was nice, and I met another Italian girl with whom I went to visit London, also to visit London. It was a nice experience.
Yeah, it's always a good experience.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Depends on the, for instance, your daughter went, she studied just 1 year.
Yeah, she wanted to go. It was her idea. She told me, Mommy, I want to go abroad for 1 year to study. And I said, okay, where would you like to go? To Canada. And we tried to apply for Canada, but it wasn't so easy. It was very difficult.
But what was it? What is that? Non so, il liceo? Come si dice? Era un anno che ha fatto.
Yes, when she was in the fourth grade of the scientific liceo. Yes. Il terzo anno del liceo scientifico lei mi ha detto, mamma, voglio andare all'estero, 1 anno all'estero. Ho detto, va bene, voleva andare in Canada, ma in Canada è stato un casino, non si riusciva, era un casino. E quindi, insomma, Irlanda è stata molto contenta e ha fatto tutto il 4º anno della superiore.
But I'm thinking, how is it possible? Because you don't, Irish is difficult. Well,
Irish is very difficult.
If you go to Ireland,
and as a matter of fact, she could graduate in Ireland. She doesn't really need it because she already has an American diploma, secondary diploma, because she also attended school online with a school in Miami. So she has 2 diplomas.
Because it's difficult to, if you are in liceo, for instance, I'm thinking to my daughter, she's attending the liceo, but if she would stay 1 year in Ireland, for instance, it's very difficult to study all the subjects in the language, in the local language.
It is, but after
because she has not the level to do this, I think.
You learn. That's how you learn. È così che si impara.
Yes, sure, but well, it's a school, there are marks, so if you arrive, when you arrive and you have no level.
I know, and there's no nor in Italy nor anywhere else they are particularly willing to how can I say, to take into account your difficulties with the language. They say this is the program, either you know it or you don't know it.
Yes, that's the program. I imagine your daughter knew.
Yes, Caroline could already speak English very well when she went. But I know of many people who went and didn't speak as well, and they simply learned.
Yes, you learn, but you can't learn in 1 or 2 weeks. It's just after one.
No, of course, yes.
So
and the programs are difficult, completely different subjects, different programs.
History, for instance.
History is the history of Ireland, not the history of Italy.
If you have to speak about a topic and with marks, you have just arrived.
I know it's difficult. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. È una sfida.
My teacher is attending.
But at that age, they learn very quickly. A quell'età imparano molto facilmente.
Yes, sure. She speaks English, but she has not the level for stay.
Don't worry for that. Io non mi preoccuperai molto per quello.
No, but she doesn't want.
There are people who go to Japan, to Finland, to all over the world, And after a couple of months, they started to talk
Yes,
and listen and understand.
But after a couple of months.
Yes, after a couple of months, yes.
So that's the problem, that you have the marks, cioè i voti ogni volta, o un
Who
compito.
cares about the marks, Valentina? Who cares about the marks?
No, because I don't know if then cioè se vieni bocciato, se poi
No, allora non ti bocciano, per principio non ti bocciano e non possono rifiutare la tua reiscrizione all'anno successivo in Italia. Questa è proprio una regola europea. A meno che tu non faccia qualcosa, unless you do something very wrong. For example, if you steal, if you bull somebody, if you do something wrong, of course, you can be sent home and no problems. But if you behave correctly and you study and you do your best, they are not allowed to make you fail and repeat.
But if you arrive and you don't, and you speak.
But of course, the marks can be a little bit, how can I say, discouraging if she's used to high marks. Però comunque i voti potrebbero essere un po' scoraggianti se lei è abituata ad avere voti alti, perché dici, oh, ho studiato, non riuscivo a parlare. But she will overcome it. Lo supera questo momento, ti assicuro.
Sì, no, ma è che non vuole, but...
And it's a great experience, ed è una grande esperienza.
Yes, sure, but perhaps also teachers take, come si dice? Take in account.
Take into account, take into account, tengono conto.
Take into account that you come from another country and now.
Not very much.
Not
At
very
first, the first period, but not very much.
No, the first
all'inizio un po', sì, però poi col tempo ti devi...
Because if I should think to do maths, for instance, I'm not good at maths in English.
You learn it. Impari.
Math, not maths. I don't know.
I don't know, because in all British and Irish and American schools, there are extra classes for people with difficulties in the various subjects. There's a different, how can I say, relationship with the teachers. The student-teacher relationship is more friendly in a way. So if you need anything, they're always there ready to help you. It's not like in Italy that we look like enemies. Sorry, non è come in Italia che studenti e insegnanti sembrano nemici. Lì they really cooperate together to reach certain targets. But apart from that, you need to reach certain levels, or you don't get the corresponding mark.
It's a pity that in Italian we have now foreign students.
Or?
It's a pity that in Italy we have no foreign students. Non abbiamo studenti stranieri.
We have, there are changes.
1 year here.
Yes, there are people who come to Italy for 1 year, yes. But I assure you, they are not helped in the least by the school. E ti assicuro che non sono per niente aiutati dalla scuola. Per niente. Cioè, nessuno fa programmi particolari per loro o cose di questo genere. Tengono in considerazione le difficoltà il primo mese e mezzo, poi dopo uno si deve portare a livello, fine.
And which were the problems in Canada? Why was it difficult to...
Okay, because first we asked through, what was it called? Intercultura. Intercultura is an association which puts in contact people who wanted to go abroad with families who wanted to accept those people. No, intercultura è quella che ha fatto, sì,
Which
sì.
combines
In lingua è quella che ha fatto il diploma americano. Intercultura è quella che hai tentato di fare. Anyway, yes. And with intercultura, they are very, how can I say, professional people. So every weekend, my daughter had tests of some kind, psychological tests. Why do you want to
But
go?
was she still in Italy?
She's here now.
No, I mean.
Oh yes, in Italy, yes, in Italy, yes.
Before,
sì, c'è la sede proprio a Verona, there's a branch in Verona, c'è anche proprio una sede a Verona, yes.
Branch,
a branch, sì, una filiale, a branch.
Una succursale.
Una succursale, yes.
So when
Intercultura si chiama, intercultura. And there's a branch in Verona too, and they're very, very professional people. So she had to pass the psychological test. Why do you want to go abroad for 1 year? Will you be able to stay 1 year away from home without, missing home or getting sick or these kind of things? What's your attitude towards the problems which may arise towards a different school, different way of living, this kind of thing. Yes, she had attitude tests, she had psychological tests, she had to pass think outside the box test, a number of tests.
So they also wanted at a high level.
No, they wanted to make sure that the people who went there didn't want to go there to escape from home, or didn't want to go there because they meant it as a holiday, or didn't want to go there simply to, I don't know, to feel free to do whatever they wanted.
Yes, because she wasn't 18.
No,
yes.
she was 16 when she went.
That's a problem.
When she went, and when she had the tests, she was 15. So they were very young, and they are very young, and of course they wanted to make sure that they will be able to stay 1 year away from their families, alone, in a different culture, with the different customs, with no friends at the beginning, in a different, these kind of things. Then she had to pass a language test. Then she had to pass, attitudinal tests. I don't know, but every weekend there was something. Every week. Sì, le casistiche. What if you happen to be in a family with the 2 male parents, a gay family? What if you, with parents? 2 male parents, con 2 genitori maschi, per esempio. Male parents. I mean, a gay in a gay family. What if you're
una dei fratelli è transgender?
What if one of the siblings is transgender? What if
20 siblings?
Sorry, come here.
Hi, for example, what if you have 20 other siblings?
Cosa sono? Non capisco.
20 siblings sono fratelli o sorelle. Se per esempio capiti in una famiglia di 20 fratelli e sorelle, what if, and according to the answers she gave, they made a kind of, how can I say, list. And they really checked many things. Sorry?
Religion?
religion, yes.
religion.
What if you happen to be in a religious family, maybe Muslim or I don't
Christian,
know.
what if they
Christ-
insist to go every Sunday to church? Are you Christian? Will you insist to go every Sunday to church? Or if you have dietary restrictions, for example, if you're Muslim?
Yeah. So about the diet, quindi quello che poteva mangiare.
Così non so come si discourage you to go.
No, but they no, it's
Every weekend, Mom.
every weekend there was something to do, a test to pass or something to do. And anyway, she passed all the stages, all the steps.
Yes.
And finally, we were told that there were no places available in Canada.
No, it didn't go that way. At that point, they had asked me my grades, and then they told me I didn't make the list for the people who could go to Canada.
Anyway,
Or
there were very few places in Canada.
Vedi che è una pronuncia che non capisco. I didn't do the list. Non ho capito cosa ha detto. Cioè,
I didn't make the list. C'erano dei posti, però c'erano più richieste che posti e io alla graduatoria sono arrivata troppo in basso per rientrare.
Pochi posti che c'erano per il Canada. And that's because her teachers at school didn't want her to go abroad for 1 year because their idea, they were all old teachers, and their idea was if you go away from 1 year, when you come back, you want to be able to keep up with the program. So they said it's a stupid thing to do. We don't agree with you. Why should you do that?
Really?
Then finish your school, secondary school, and then you can go abroad and so on. They were against
it's nice to go when you are at school.
I know. And so they did their best to discourage her, and not only to discourage her, but when they had to write the grades, they voluntarily wrote a lower grade than the ones she deserved. E quando era il momento di scrivere, hanno volontariamente scritto.
Hanno dato un voto più basso di quello che lei meritava.
Che lei in realtà aveva.
Technically, they didn't lie. To be fair, technically, they didn't lie. They only interpreted creatively the list. Because for them,
this is difficult to explain, but anyway, sì.
No, sembra che si siano
inventati. Did you see your teachers again?
Il primo quadrimestre quando ti hanno compilato
hanno fatto la media, però hanno invece di guardare il numero, scrivere il numero a cui corrispondeva, hanno messo la parola a cui corrispondeva.
Vabbè, comunque.
E all'estero un 4 è sufficiente. Da noi non è sufficiente, quindi se io avevo 5, invece di mettermi 5, mi mettevano insufficiente, che equivale a un 3.
Sì, lei non aveva 5, ma comunque tutta la media si è abbassata, capito? E quindi quando è stato il momento di competere con gli altri, c'erano pochi. There were few places available for Canada, and she didn't match, you know,
Really?
E quindi non ha potuto, but she was invited to go to Argentina, South America.
I didn't get invited.
Anyway,
they suggested I might want to ask for Argentina.
Yes,
Argentina. But no.
So Intercultura told her, sorry, you didn't match the necessary requirements to get to Canada. There are places available for South America, Argentina or something. But she said, I don't want to go to Argentina. And so she couldn't apply with Intercultura. At that point, it was too late to apply with another agency. And so we had to look for something by ourselves.
And not the United States. Why not United States? No.
Because I didn't know anybody in the United States. I knew some people in Britain. I knew some people in Ireland. I knew some people in Australia. And so I said, okay, Caroline, we cannot go through an agency. Non possiamo andare, because it's too late. We can try our best to organize everything by ourselves. Possiamo fare del nostro meglio per organizzarci. But I didn't know anyone in Canada. I didn't know anyone in the States. I knew people in Ireland, in Britain, and in Australia. And she said,
so you mean the private people who could
private
help?
people we had home exchanges with,
yes,
you know, in the past, and had remained friends. And she said, I'd like to go to Ireland. So I contacted these Irish people and I asked them, my daughter would like very much to spend a year in Ireland. Do you know of any family willing to host her in exchange for we hosting their children, or they can come to Italy whenever they want to. They will always be welcome, these kind of things. And they replied, we would be very happy to have Caroline with us. And we said, are you sure it's for 1 year? And they said, absolutely sure. They didn't even want to be paid. We gave them some money, but they didn't want to at first, you know. And so she went there, and it was even better, because if you go with Intercultura or any other agency, you are not allowed to come back home. But going by yourself, so this family went to talk to the headmaster of the local school, and he said, it's okay for me, but I would like to meet the parents. So we took a plane to Ireland, went to talk to the headmaster. He came to know us and the daughter and my daughter and you know, the family and everything, and he said, it's okay for me.
It's okay. It's better.
And so my daughter went there, and it was even much better because we were free to do whatever we wanted to.
Sure.
For example, this family said, we are very happy to have Caroline here, but we have booked a holiday for the 2 last weeks of September. So we will not be at home. And we said, no problems. My husband can come up and stay with Caroline, or she can stay by herself. And they said, we would rather one of you come up and stay with her,
because she was 16
she's only
years old.
16, you know. And so my husband went up and stayed 1 week with her, and then she could come down to Italy whenever she wanted to. So she came down for Christmas, she came down for Easter. Her cousin went up and stayed with her.
I think because it's
because we were friends, you know. We are friends, and now we're
also
looking
Ireland belongs to European Union, perhaps.
Yeah, it's also yes. If it were Canada with Intercultura, everything would have been much harder, if you know what I mean, più duro. But
and where did she stay? Where did she stay? Which town?
With the family. Oh, it's a small town on the west coast of Ireland.
Galway, Galway.
Near Galway, near Galway.
I was in Galway, which is
between Donegal and Galway. In between Donegal and
so along the sea,
yes,
side.
I'll show you the place. I'll show you the place.
No, it's not. Don't worry. But I was, yes, I was there. I just for a trip. So it was. There is the coast, so it's a nice place.
It's a beautiful coast. Let's see. Okay, anyone basically. Sono tutti uguali.
It was non so se il Gold Circle.
Yes, she was. What's this? He was. Oh no, not Galway. Sorry, Sligo. She was just here.
Donegal.
On the border between Donegal, Leitrim, and Sligo. Here.
Okay. No, I don't know. I didn't visit this part of Ireland.
Here. In a small village here. but beautiful place.
Ah, yes.
All the Irish coast.
Villages are very beautiful, really, indeed.
Beautiful, very nice. She was here.
Ah,
And so whenever she came home, she needed to take a bus to Belfast or to Dublin, and then take the plane to Bergamo, because she used to fly Ryanair, and then take the bus to Verona or to the station, and then the train to Verona. And so she was only 17 by that time, 16, 17, you know. So it was a great experience of life.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's silent.
At first, they drove her to Dublin or Belfast, wherever she went. But then she said, "It's okay, I can do it by myself." And she took the buses and the trains and whatever she needed to take. So it's a great experience.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's already 7:05. Okay, so Valentina, it was really very nice.
For me, it was
Thank you very much
me.
for your patience and your attendance and everything. I wish you a wonderful summer.
Thank you. The same to you.
And I hope to see you again.
So do I. I'd like really to apply also next year.
Yeah. Tell Stefano, he might be able to do so.
Yes. I always receive the emails from Polo Europeo.
Okay. So bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.